voltage, and the efficiency becomes very close to 100%, not 100%. 100% if exactly the combination of resistances are equal, right? Is that your question or anything else you can ask? The voltage distribution should be equal so that the strings efficiency is better. The utilization factor, strings efficiency is what? It's a utilization factor of the device. So it is better utilized. You have studied transmission and distribution? Transmission and distribution you have studied or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
There is strings insulation. There is also this strings efficiency term will come. So they are better utilized. Okay. If the voltage drop is equal and strings efficiency is very close to 1, then your strings efficiency is better. The utilization factor is better. Is that okay? This is during transient. Doubt is clear
Yes,
or
sir.
not? Doubt is clear?
Yes, sir. So we are trying to find out a value of resistor for which we can
minimize
minimize
the differences. Yes. For that, you have apply some condition, right? This condition.
Sir, what is the limitations of this connection?
That depends upon the voltage of the system. What voltage we don't know. Industry, the voltage rating is very high. So and that depend upon the which rated thyristor you are using. Okay. Voltage and current rating. It is decided by the voltage and current rating of the system. Will apply the power. Tell me.
Sir, in the last part when we use that capacitor connected in parallel, so
yeah.
So how this circuit can overcome the how this circuit can overcome the limitations of the previous one?
Transient, not this is for steady state purpose. This is for transient purpose. Now what happens? This during turn on and turn off process that I told you, the junctions behave like capacitance. Okay, self capacitance of this 4-layer device is the main cause of unequal voltage distribution during transient period. Okay, during transient period, because capacitor takes some time to charge, takes some time to discharge, and the junction behave like a capacitance. Now these junction capacitances are not equal for thyristor 1, thyristor 2, thyristor 3. So if we connect a very large capacitance, same value across each, that will overcome the differences of self capacitances of the thyristors, and that will minimize the voltage difference during transient condition. Okay, the characteristics during transient condition, switching condition, is difference because of the junction capacitances charging and discharging. So that capacitances are having different value for different thyristor. That can be minimized by putting a large capacitance across the each thyristor. Okay. So transient, the dV by dt, we know the capacitor is a slow charger, means the voltage across the capacitance changes slowly. dV by dt is slow, right? And inductor, in an inductor, the current changes very slowly. di by dt is slow. To protect this device against high rise of voltage, dV by dt, a capacitor is connected. So slow charging. So this capacitance, differences in capacitances are overcome by putting a shorter capacitance. Okay. So this diode function I have told you, this will overcome the bypass the resistance. So charging will be faster. And when the capacitor is discharging, this is discharged through the resistance. Okay. So it control the discharge current. Any question? Is it okay or some more doubt?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. So this is this parallel operation we have not studied. No? So in parallel operation, you can see thyristor 1 and switch 1, switch 2. Okay. So during conduction period, this is the during conduction period. These two thyristors are having the same specification, but these characteristics are different. Okay. For the same voltage to be for the same voltage across the switches, the current shared by the devices are I1 and I2. Right. Though they have the same voltage sharing VT, because of the different characteristics of the thyristors, I1 plus I1 is thyristor 1 is sharing I1, whereas thyristor 2 is sharing I2. So the efficiency, Swing's efficiency is current actually share I1 plus I2 divided by the total current need to be shared by the two thyristors. This 2 I1. Okay. I1 into 2. So this is less than 1. So this is the Swing's efficiency is less than 1. So they are not properly utilized. The Swing's efficiency is a measure of the utilization of the thyristor rating. Okay. Now see here, you got it. So this is the characteristic during on period. Same voltage sharing, current share is I1 and I2. Now suppose there are n number of thyristors in a parallel strings. N number of thyristors are in a for satisfactory operation, all these thyristors should be switched on at the same instant, but it is not possible because the turn on and turn off time of all the thyristors are different. So now suppose thyristor 1 has a large turn on time. Out of the n number of thyristors, okay, there are n number of thyristors in parallel. 1, 2, 3, n number of thyristors. Suppose thyristor 1 is faster and the rest of the n minus 1 thyristors are slow. They are slow, right? So what happened? This thyristor 1 will turn on. Less turn on time means they will turn on faster, right? Got it? No. This thyristor is slow, but other thyristors are fast. So what happened? The n minus 1 thyristor turn on. Okay. When the switches are turned on means if this switch is turned on, what is the voltage across this? It drops to a very low voltage. So they are in parallel. This is still off condition. So this voltage across this will remain 0.7 volt to 1 volt, very low. So this will not turn on, right? So what happens? The current of this thyristor will be shared by the N-1 thyristor. So they will take little bit of more current, right? If 2-3 thyristor cannot turn on, then the current of all these 3 thyristor will be shared by N-3 thyristor. Just you can imagine the condition. Suppose 3 thyristor cannot turn on in time, but N-3 thyristor conduct very fast. So voltage across all the 3 thyristor will remain very low, and their current will be shared by the other thyristor. So gradually what happens? Their junction temperature may rise, and that resistance will decrease, and there is a complete destruction of the strings. Finally, the whole strings get damaged because of the temperature rise. That is what it is written here. Consider that SCR1 has large turn-on time. It is slow. Whereas this is for an example. N-1 thyristor have low turn-on time, means they are faster. So under this assumption, N-1 thyristor turn on fast, but SCR1 will remain in the off condition. The voltage across N-1 thyristor fall, whereas the same voltage appear across the thyristor 1, which is still not on. Therefore, this voltage, this current of this thyristor will be shared by N-1 thyristor. As such, this SCR may be overloaded and damaged because of heating caused by overcurrent. This is one problem in parallel operation, right? Okay. As a result, the dynamic resistance of that during forward conduction decreases, and this further increases the current shared by the SCR. Okay. This dynamic resistance. If one thyristor is carrying more current, so what happens? The dynamic resistance dVA by dI will decrease. Dynamic resistance will increase, and it will carry further more current. More current means more temperature rise, and again decrease in the dynamic resistance. So it is a cumulative process, and many such thyristor will be damaged, and gradually the whole strings will be completely destroyed permanently. This is known as thermal run away. Okay. So what happens? What we'll do it in this condition? We'll do some mechanical arrangement, not electrical arrangement. Suppose this is 3 thyristor. They should be placed uniformly in a heatsink. Now see here, if this configuration is like this is a heatsink. Heatsink means a aluminum foil that dissipate heat energy, right? Okay. This fin type of things, aluminum fin. Now here, consider this switch, thyristor 2. The flux linkages with this is more because it is at the middle. The external flux of this conductor, and its own internal flux. Flux linkages per unit current. So its impedance is more, right? So this will carry less current, whereas this 1 and 3 will carry more current. So therefore, they have to be placed uniformly at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. This is the desirable configuration of the heatsink and position of the thyristors. Okay, so this temperature rise is a problem in parallel operation because there is a possibility that all the thyristors in parallel are not switched on at the same instant. One or two may get turned off. So that current will be shared by the other thyristors. So if the junction temperature rise, the dynamic resistance of the conducting thyristor will decrease. Dynamic resistance decrease means it will carry still further more current. Again, the resistance will decrease, and so like that. So configuration should be like this. In AC circuit, a center tap inductor is used for equal current distribution. In parallel, we desire that current distribution should be equal. So what happens? A tap point A is the midpoint of the reactor. Okay. If anode current I1, if I1 is equal to I2, no problem. The voltage induced here will cancel out, positive, negative. Okay, opposing flux linkages cancel, and there is no voltage drop in the reactor. The resultant voltage drop would be 0 because the flux linkages here and here they cancel each other. Okay. Now, if current I1 and I2 are unequal, suppose I1 is greater than I2. Suppose I1 is greater than I2. So some voltage will be induced here. The polarity shown here, right? So this polarity plus minus, and in this plus minus. So what happens? This voltage will oppose I1 and this voltage will support I2. So what happens? I1 decrease and I2 increase till I1 is equal to I2. And so EMF, net EMF induced here is 0 again. You got my point? This is a center point reactor. If I1 is equal to I2, the net voltage here induced is 0. But if there is a difference in flux linkages, the voltage is induced. If I1 is greater than I2, voltage induced here is with this polarity. So it will support, it will oppose I1. And this voltage induced in L2 will oppose I2. Okay. There is thus a tendency to buck I1 and boost I2 so as to minimize the unbalance of current in the parallel unit. Okay. This is how the heatsink should be designed, and the switches should be positioned. This is how the dynamic resistance increases. And you see here the voltage distribution. Since they are in parallel, obviously the voltage across them should be equal. And because of the different characteristics, the current shared by the thyristors are different. Therefore, stress efficiency, as far as current distribution is concerned, is less than 1. Some problem is there. We'll do that. Write down this problem.
Sir, previous slide means question.
Okay. You solve this, then I will give you the solution next class. I like to start a rectifier now. Is it okay? Now it is 2:45.
Sir, what will be the case if we connect more than 2 SCR in parallel?
I could not understand. Means
In the
why you will connect? First of all, why you connect a two thyristor in another?
Sir, in the parallel connection, there may be a case.
I told n number of thyristors are connected in parallel. Give an example here. Let there be n number of thyristors in parallel. That depends upon the current rating of the system. Number of thyristors connected in series depend upon the voltage rating of the system. Number of thyristors connected in parallel depends upon the current rating of the system, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that if the rating is, if one thyristor can handle the voltage, well and good. For redundancy, you can use more number of thyristors in parallel. Redundancy means some extra thyristor. In case of emergency, suppose one or two fails, then there will be no problem, right?
No, sir. Sir, I want to ask that when we connect 3 or more SCR, then how reactors will be connected in the circuit? The last
this
figure.
heat sink, na?
Reactors.
Which reactor? Heat sink. Which reactor you are telling? Oh, this reactor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are two. So there will be another here, maybe. To connect another here, between every two. So there will be mutual inductance. That circuit will be critical. I have not thought of that, but I think one more is there, suppose. Okay. And or else what happened here? Only one tap. Man is one tap. So you connect as many here. Here maybe one, here maybe one thyristor. What is the problem? Different EMF will be induced here. That will take care of the current boosting or bucking. Okay. This is example of two. There may be many more here. Here may be one. Here maybe the reactor may be very large. Very large reactor may be used. So that the induced EMF in that particular part will decide whether it will oppose or support the current, rise or fall, till the it balances the current, right? Okay, so this problem is solved. So should I go to another chapter? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, will you again explain this derivation of R?
Okay. It's very simple. It's very simple. See, first you just see the characteristics. We'll choose the worst case. Leakage current, you just tell me which thyristor has leakage current is what? This one. This is during off period, right? Okay, during off period, the leakage current. This is the conduction current. This solid line has larger leakage current, right? This magnitude, and the dotted line has less leakage current. So the thyristor having less leakage current is supporting maximum voltage V1, right? So this already explained why the scenes of is less than 1. A uniform voltage distribution in steady state can be achieved by connecting a suitable resistance across each SCR, okay? So that each parallel combination has same resistance. This is not a practical case. This will require different value of resistance of each SCR, which is difficult, okay? A more practical way of obtaining a reasonably uniform voltage distribution during steady state working series connection of SCR is that by connecting a resistance, shunt resistance of same value, and so that we can minimize the voltage distribution, differences in voltage distribution across the devices during steady state. Okay. Let out of this n number of thyristor in series, one thyristor has minimum leakage current, worst case. We are choosing the worst case, okay? And rest of the thyristors has the same maximum leakage current. So this thyristor is blocking the maximum voltage. So if this leakage current is IB minimum, total current in the string is I. So this I1 will be how much? I minus IB minimum. I2 will be equal to I minus IB max, right? And what is the voltage drop? VBM equal to I1R. This voltage equal to I2R. This voltage equal to I2R. This voltage equal to I2R. We have assumed that all other n minus 1 thyristors have maximum leakage current. Only one thyristor has minimum leakage current, and it will block the maximum voltage. This is the worst condition, and the resistance calculated with this formula and with this assumption will give a optimized value of resistance R, which will ensure very minimum voltage differences across the switches. Okay. Consider n thyristor connected in series. Let SCR1 has minimum leakage current, and each of the rest of the n minus 1 SCR have IB max is greater than IB minimum, right? So from the figure, I1 is equal to I. This already told you. I2 is equal to IB max. Is it okay? VBM is the maximum voltage drop across S1 I1R. Now, what is the strange voltage Vs? There are n number of thyristor. Voltage across one is I1R, and voltage across other are same. It is n minus 1 into I2R. Okay. This is equal to VBM is I1R. So VBM plus n minus 1 this R into I2 is how much? I minus IB max. This I2 is equal to I minus IB max. Okay. Then again, this is VBM, maximum voltage across the thyristor 1, plus n minus 1 into R, and I1 into IB max minus IB minimum. How you got this? You put I is equal to I1 plus IB minimum here. I1 is equal to this value, I minus IB minimum. We will get this. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So n minus 1 into are I1 minus n minus 1 are del IB. This IB max minus IB minimum is del IB. Okay. So del IB is equal to IB max minus IB. So from here, now one more thing. What is I1 or is VBM, right? So this is n minus 1 VBM. Okay, n minus 1 VBM. So if you open the bracket, so what you will get? This term get cancelled. This will be n VBM, right? N VBM minus n minus 1 del IB. So R is equal to this. The SCR datasheet, but one point you must remember, the SCR datasheet contains only maximum blocking current, not IB max minus IB minimum, and rarely del IB. In such a case, it is usual practice to assume del IB is equal to IB max, where IB minimum is equal to 0. With this, the value of R calculated is now less than, it's not low, less than what is actually required, right? Because del IB is equal to IB max. The value of minimum leakage or blocking current IB may be acquired from manufacturer if required, but datasheet does not give its value. Once the value of R is calculated, its power rating is. So in that case, what happens? We choose, we calculate R and then multiply it by 2 or 3 times, and that value of resistance is used. Okay. Any question? Yes. It's clear? Derivation?
Yes, sir, clear.
This characteristics is during on period, right? This is suddenly the voltage drop in one thyristor, voltage get drop suddenly because it is faster. One is faster, and 2 is slower. So during this period, the voltage, if this is on, means voltage across one get rise to Vs, and voltage across that other thyristor drop. There is a voltage difference. So for that, a static equalizing circuit and a dynamic equalizing circuit are connected across the switches to take care of the voltage distribution during steady state and transient condition. Otherwise, the circuit will be damaged definitely. Is it okay? Any more doubt? You ask me in the next class, okay?
Okay, sir.
So we'll move to rectifier. A simple rectifier will start today. 5-10 minutes I will explain. Half wave rectifier we have studied, no? So I think half wave rectifier PPT are not prepared. This is actually full wave circuit. So we'll start tomorrow. I'm not finding half wave. I will take some extra class. I will take some extra class actually. A lot of course remaining. Half wave, because before starting full wave, we'll start half wave. Okay. Half wave I don't have now. Okay. Tomorrow we'll start. Okay then today. So bye for today. Okay. Tell me. Sharup,
Sir,
tell me.
sharing of voltage and blocking of voltage are both same.
Where sharing of voltage. Voltage is not share. Voltage is not share. Current is share.
Means, sir, in the series connection.
Voltage is block. Voltage is block because it is coming appearing across a device, across a circuit, across. Voltage is across, and current is in series. So currents sharing non-uniform current sharing happen in a parallel operation. Unequal voltage distribution happen in a series operation. Now tell me.
Sir, in the series operation, we aim that our registers should share